It's finished goalless in Basel between Switzerland and Italy. Not vintage from Italy, but I suppose, Damien, when you go 36 unbeaten, they can't all be 3-0 wins.
No, they can't, and I think they'll be a little bit disappointed. I know Mancini certainly looked disappointed. Every time the camera cut to him, he seemed absolutely furious at something. I presume it's just his team's lack of control. Even though they had chances and Sommer was the busier goalkeeper, it wasn't quite the fluid, relentless Italy that we saw at the Euros.
Brian, as 0-0 go, that was an entertaining watch.
Yeah, I always like watching Switzerland's games. They were less progressive tonight than they usually are, but I think that was understandable with the players that they were missing. They're missing what I would say 4 or 5 regular starters who, had they been available, would undoubtedly have started. I didn't think they played particularly well, but they got better as the game went on, and certainly the substitutions made a difference. I was surprised Zakaria didn't start the match. He always does well when I see him. Vargas made a little bit of a difference too, gave them some energy. But I think they'll be happy. Sommer was the man of the match, though. I think he very important saves.
OK, not the result they wanted, but that draw sees Italy set a European record of 36 unbeaten games. Well, Damien, it was one of those nights for Italy. It just all wasn't quite clicking, and then they get the penalty. I think Roberto Mancini would have been rubbing his hands in delight when he got the penalty. It must have been just what they were after.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it wasn't the most fluid, vintage performance, but Rodriguez, we had a couple of minutes of madness, really, with this mistake. Loses his bearings, thinks Berardi's behind him, he's not. And then in the effort to make up for it, he dives in to try and win it. I mean, first of all, Berardi's reaction when he goes down when the contact is absolutely minimal, and I mean minimal. But then Jorginho, I just wonder, have goalkeepers figured him out really with this penalty routine or technique that he has. I was saying that sometimes now I think the goalkeepers are pretending to go one way and waiting for Jorginho then to go the other, so they're almost double bluffing him. If you see Jorginho always looks at the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper feigns to go to his right, which means Jorginho's going that way, but then they dive back quickly and get it. So maybe something Jorginho might need to look at. But just on the penalty, I mean, to the letter of probably is contact, but Lord, it's minimal.
Yeah, speaking of penalty saves there, Jan Sommer, one of the standout performers for Switzerland at the Euros, and he's carried that into these World Cup qualifiers, Brian.
Yeah, I think he's always been a good, steady goalkeeper, not the top echelon of keepers, but he does well consistently for Switzerland. I thought he had a very good game today. Not fabulous saves, apart from the penalty, but always on it. His concentration was great here, low body, didn't allow himself to get chipped, and that was a really good save. Some of the other ones were just experience and anticipation of where the ball's going to go, cutting out the danger. Akanji relieved to see him coming. His own team expect him to come. They know he's going to come there, rides on that and kicks it away. This is acrobatic stuff. It's stuff we used to criticise foreign goalkeepers 4 years ago, boxing her away, boxing up in the air, but very, very effective indeed. That one nice, neat one, you'd expect him to save. This one, he does well because it's a low, sharp reaction. You see here, look, he gets his hands down quickly, it's going in behind him, and he falls back over and catches it. And another acrobatic save on the near post with no defenders on the post. He has to do it himself. So I think it was very important. He played so well, because had Italy got the breakthrough, we know how they played then. The opposition opened up a little bit and they picked them off on the counter-attack, but that didn't happen tonight, so they were able to stay compact, Switzerland, and I felt they deserved to get the point.
Roberto Mancini looked really frustrated there at the final whistle. You think that Switzerland would be fairly happy with this point, considering how many players they were missing, how many really important players they were missing?
Oh, Switzerland will be absolutely ecstatic with this point, especially with the 2 games in hand. They get to go to Italy now. Hopefully some of the big hitters that they have will be back. But, you know, I don't think Switzerland sat in the edge of their own 18-yard box and behaved a little bit like Andorra in the first game today. I mean, they were well within this game. They had a couple of half chances themselves, but they were certainly taking Italy on toe-to-toe, which is really nice to see.
OK.